What's up, YouTube fam? Captain Rick Stanczyk here. I'm here today. I want to show you how I throw a cast net. I'm going to be using my Barracuda 10-foot mullet net and show you how I like to load it and throw it out there. There's a few different ways to throw a cast net, and some are better than others. This is my personal favorite. The reason it's my favorite is because it doesn't get your body so wet. You don't have to put a lot of the net on your body, and it's also very quick to reload. So you can get the net out there quicker and faster while you're in the bait, because in my opinion, it's better to get the net out there faster and quicker when you're in the bait than taking your time to load it perfectly and get out of the bait. And you may not always get the net open perfectly and super pretty loading it, especially when you're trying to go fast. But like I said, speed is better than throwing it perfect, because when you're in the bait, it's better to get the net 3/4 of the way open than to take the extra 10-15 seconds and drift out of the bait, make a perfect cast, but not catch anything. All right, so here's how I do it. All right, so before we begin, I just want to go over the parts of the net with you, so when I say something, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, so this is just the rope, your main rope, what you call it. That's what goes on the end of your wrist right there. These lines here that go all the way through the net down to the leads here, those are called braille lines, and there's a whole bunch of them, and they attach, to the different portions of the net at the bottom and go all the way around it. This is the crown of the net, which this is kind of what you grab up top, and it can slide up and down those braille lines so that when you close the net, it kind of helps pull everything in together and slide down and close the net when you got the bait in there. And down at the bottom, this is your lead line, where all the leads are. This is what opens up and spreads out and sinks around the bait. And then when you pull on the rope, which pulls on the braille lines and closes that crown down, these lead lines all come together, and that net comes together and all the bait gets stuck in there. And then when you clean it or empty it out, you pull that crown back up, and that opens everything up, and then you shake all the bait out of there. So those are basically the, in simple terms, the basic parts of the net that you need to worry about. All right. So now the important thing when you go to load your net is you want everything untangled. On a skiff, it's a little trickier than on some of the big charter boats. On the big charter boats, guys get up on the bridge and they grab this crown, let that net hang down, and it's real easy for the mate, who's downstairs, to pull all this stuff out, get it untangled, and make sure nothing's wrong. When you're on a skiff, you don't have that luxury, so you got to just untangle it yourself while you're standing there. And when you're in the heat of battle in bait, sometimes you just miss stuff and you're in a hurry, and things don't go perfectly. So this is kind of how I like to do it quickly, and usually gets the job done. You always get that rope around your wrist, and then you just start coiling it up here. Sometimes your main line will knot up on you, and I'll just shake it out like that. And if you're going real quick, sometimes you can just pull like that, just pull a knot tight in there. It's not going to hurt you. Over time though, you want to every once in a while just get all those knots out so that you lengthen your rope again. Pull that crown up there, and you grab it right down there, maybe about a foot down from the bottom. Then you pull everything out, and you're going to grab it again about waist length, right there. So now you got the whole net in your hands. And now, this is where I usually start to just clear things out if there's not some major tangle. You can put part of the net that's closest coming out of your fingers here in your mouth. Put the rope in there, not the leads. And then take this side that's on the right. I'm right-handed, so this is how I go. And just start tossing it out there. There's a little tangle, just shake it out. And just go through the whole net. Now you can see we have a little tangle there. And this is what happens most often. The lead line has gone over one of the braille lines. Now it's very simple to just kind of flip it out. So there, now it's clear. And you can see that whole net is clear now when you flip the whole thing around like that. So you're ready to go. Now that kind of tangle will really mess up your throw, so you always want to get those out of there. Now we're ready to go. All right guys, so first step, you want to get this line here around your wrist, looped around. Now you start loading the rope here. I like to pull off about an arm's length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a little knot in there. Every once in a while it's good to go through and just undo all these, but a few of them aren't going to hurt you, so don't worry about it if you're in a hurry and you have a few in there. 7. So now you got your rope loaded. Now we want to walk the net back as far as we can, and now we're going to get the crown of the net here. You want to get it about a foot down. Shake out the bottom of the net, and now you're going to get your second grab around the net, which should be about waist length. And that's about how it should look. This part holding over should not go below those weights. It should be just above it, and you should have it right like that. Now we want to kind of make sure that all the tangles are out of the net, so you can grab the net by one edge here, usually by where your fingers are coming out, just like that, and just start kind of going around your leg like that, looking for anywhere where those braille lines might be tangled up with the lead lines. We got lucky there, everything was all good. This little piece here you can see is kind of pulled up, so we're just going to pull that down, and that looks pretty good. So now we're going to grab it again, right where your fingers are coming out, get the piece closest to that, put that in your mouth, just like so with the rope. Now you have two pieces coming down. The front half of your net is coming off the right and the back half is off the left. We take the back half and we go all the way around and put that piece right on your shoulder right here, just like that. And then I like to kind of just throw that back half a little, make sure there's no tangles again. Now the right side piece, we start loading in our right hand, and we take it and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then come up into the middle of the net there and grab all of that just like that. Now you got it. Now this part here is really important. You want to pinch that lead line here coming down between your thumb and forefinger just like that, and then roll it over just like that. And that's very important because this is what's going to come out when you throw the net, and you want to make sure it comes out right. So now we got everything and we're ready to throw. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That easy. Now we're going to reload it here, and I just want to show you how fast this is. Alright, get your crown, try to drag the net out. Again, waist length. Little piece over the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now that net was out there in under a minute. I can see that. Probably like 45 seconds. So that's why I like to load it that way and throw it that way. It's a quick reload. You can get the net out there pretty good. Doing the other style where you put a third on your shoulder and hold a third, you'll probably get a little prettier throw most of the time, but it's just slower. It also gets your body a lot more wet. Like I don't have to wear my rain gear most of the time when I throw. If I only have to throw 2 or 3 times, you just don't get so wet. So that's the reason I like throwing that way. Again, time a lot of times is key when you're catching bait, and getting it out there quicker is sometimes better than taking the extra time to reload for that perfect throw. So that's how I do it. Thanks guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you see. We'll keep doing more of this, and hope to see you guys down here soon. All right.